Hello everyone, George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape, and welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. I will be your host for the next couple of minutes. The reason it's only a couple of minutes is because I don't have a lot to talk about in this episode. What we are going to talk about, however, is should you hire companies to distribute your door hangers for you? Here's my response to that question. It's hard to trust them. It's hard to trust those companies. I've talked with some guys that have worked with these companies, and they claim it's a nightmare, that they don't get the results. They promise you everything. One of the cool companies I found were ones that had GPSs right on the individual themselves. Okay, and I thought that was pretty cool. It separated them from the herd, if you will. And I thought that's pretty cool because then you can actually see these kids going up and down these streets and actually handing out the door flyers. Only problem was, it was like, I want to say 17 cents a piece for them to hang those flyers. So that was a lot of money. And that's when it threw me off. I mean, yeah, you know it's going to cost you more because these kids got tracking units on them. I mean, you can actually see them hitting the areas that you want them to work in. So I'm thinking, hey, this could be a great thing. This is freaking awesome. But when I got to the price, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's going to be a deal breaker. So you can have the best product on earth, guys. But if it costs too much and the consumer isn't going to use it, isn't going to buy it at that price, it's not going to do you any good. Okay? All right. So we got that. What I have done in the past, I mean, I've hired people to put them out. It's terrible. Even when you're on them, even when you're working the neighborhoods with them, it's terrible. I've had one early on you give them a stack, okay? And let's say you have 500 in this stack, and that's what you want done today is 500 flyers handed out by this individual. Okay, I have had other employees say that these guys did it, that they would just take those flyers or the door hangers and they would just throw them in the garbage and do nothing, but yet I was paying them. So, and of course you can't sit there and babysit them all the time, so you got to do something else, right? Right. So, anyway, I thought, okay, that's going to be different. Now I'm going to drop these guys off, and now I'm going to work the neighborhoods with them. I'm going to, I'll drop you off on this one. I'm going to go to that one. Well, the next thing you know, I get back to the truck. They're already back in the truck. Everything's going fine. All of a sudden, my wife calls me up, said, we got to call at the office complaining. It was actually a police department complaining that someone threw a whole stack of our flyers across the back gate into their backyard. Well, who the hell would do that? Okay, of course we did it. Of course it was our guys that did it. And that was just plain littering and rude, and it gave us a bad name. That's the guy that I was working with that found his way back to the truck quick because he was throwing them in everybody's backyard. I mean, the kids don't give a crap. I'm telling you. So you really got to watch these guys, And I'm not saying all kids either, so don't get your panties in an uproar. Here's the thing. The vast majority of the kids today don't give a shit. They don't. And they don't care. You go do your thing, whatever. They don't care about that. I had them put them in mailboxes here in Wisconsin. I was doing door hangers up here in Wisconsin. I get a call from the Postal Service because these kids are jamming them into the mailboxes so they don't have to walk up into the driveways. They're being lazy punks. So they just put them in the mailboxes. How lazy do you have to be that you can't hand out door hangers? Really? Come on. Anyway. All right. So, it's expensive to hire these companies. I'll tell you that. You could still do it cheaper yourself. What I do now, if you guys have seen my video, we bought these scooters. They really speed things up. We use those and the mowers, the stand-on mowers, and we use everything we have. And we even have guys that will go on foot. Like we'll hit a neighborhood, let's say me and my manager, and we'll go in one neighborhood. He'll ride the scooter for the first half of the day. I'll ride the scooter for the second half of the day, and the other guy's on foot. And, because if we got all the mowers going and the guys on the mowers are handing them out, we're using every piece of equipment we can to get the flyers out, and especially in the spring. So, but with the companies, it's hard, it's expensive to use those guys. But they're doing a lot of work. And I don't know if you guys have done door hangers before, but I'll tell you what, after 4 hours of walking, my hips are cramped up, and I'm a guy that stays in shape. I go to the gym. I work out all the time. In the summer, I'm constantly working. I'm telling you, after 4 hours, your legs are cramped up, your hips are cramped up, shit hurts, okay? So, there's a lot to that stuff. Do-it-yourself is the least expensive way. We use the scooters. I talked a little bit about that. The best time, of course, is in the spring to do it, when there's the most need for you. Don't do it in the winter months, because I'm telling you, it's a big waste of time. On average, with your door hangers, you're going to average 1% all day long, every single day, damn near. It's not going to get much better than that if you average it throughout the whole season. One week you might get 5%. The next week you might not get a single call. But as a standard rule, it's 1%. Okay? So, you can expect 1%. So, anyway, that was George Packard with a not so exciting version of Shop Talk, because I'm in shop.